Well, I hope I find you well. So this is a continuation of the ICT paper, October-November 2024. So this is a continuation of the database task. So in the previous video, the database task was done up to question 16. Now we need to start from question number 17. So for that task, we are asked to create a columnar data form using selected fields from the students table. So we are going to use these fields from the students table from roll number up to email in that particular order, and the information should delay one record at a time. So I have to create a form using the students table. So going back to my database, so within the database I'm going to create, and I'm choosing the form wizard. So form wizard, I'm going to use students table, and the fields that we have been told to use, we're going to use roll number followed by first name, followed by last name, followed by gender, followed by date of birth, followed by telephone, then email. So in this particular order, so go on to click on next, columnar. Then this one, I'm just going to change the title to students form. Then I click on finish. So the task requires the form to be showing one record at a time, and we need a screenshot for that as well. So that form should show one record at a time. As you can see, the form is showing one record at a time, so you need to take a screenshot of this form as per the requirements. So I'm done with this form, so I'm just going to close the form. Now the next part, we're going to get the other requirement for the task, which is import the file country codes as a new table in your database. Set ISO code is the primary key. So we need to import country codes. We need to go to our database, the external data text file, browse. So the file we need is the country codes. Then okay, then delimited first row. So data types, short text. This one I'll keep it as an integer. Go to next. Primary key, they've stated we have to use ISO code as the primary key. So a close. So we now have the table ISO codes created for us. All right, so the next part of the task is to, we're told on the form created in step 7, which means that students form, we need to create a new control using a drop-down menu, which is a combo box that is required here, which lists each ISO code from the country codes table. Place this control between date of birth and telephone fields. Then we are asked to edit the drop-down menu so that the list displays in ascending order, alphabetical, lists unique values only, entry limited only to ISO codes. Then ISO code selected is stored in the nationality field in the students table. Then we need to label the new field country code. So placing an evidence showing the drop-down list, the drop-down menu label with the full text label, data entry controls so that only unique values are listed, data entry controls to limit entries to the list option, controls applied to save this in the nationality field of the students table. So we need to make sure that we save this new the data for this new field in the nationality table. So the key thing is to create a combo box. So now what we need to do now is to get to the database, go to the form. So this is the students form. So open the students form. So the students form is opened. Now we need to add a new control. So the new control we're told is supposed to be added between telephone and date of birth. Yes, so this has to be put between telephone and date of birth. So I need to right click design view of my form. So let me just reduce the size of my field, my text boxes, and then create a bit of space at the bottom. So this new field should come in between telephone and date of birth. So what I'm doing, I'm creating space between telephone and date of birth. So the space is created. Now I need to pick my control, which is a combo box. Click on the combo box. Then I can draw my combo box right around this area. Then the option that I'll choose here is I want the combo box to get values from another table. Remember, we created the country codes table, so it's supposed to get those values from the country codes table. Then I'm going to click on next. Then I have to choose so this is a table, so country codes is a table, so I'm choosing this country codes. Then I'm going to click on next. Then we are told we are going to use, it's going to list the ISO codes, so just going to click on next. Then next again. Then you can sort. So I need the sorting, and the sorting has been stated that we need to sort the ISO codes in ascending order. So this is ascending. Then go on to next. So so we have this one. That's the field that we need the ISO code. So these are the codes that are going to be listed. Then I'm going to click on next. And then so here they're saying store the value in which field. So we are asked to store this value inside the nationality field of our students table. So I'm choosing the nationality. Then go on to next. What label would you like to give to the combo box? So this combo box, I'm giving the name. So we're told we need to give in the name country codes. So that's the label that we're going to give. So we're going to call it country. Country codes. Then now finish. So that one is done. Now I'm going on to push this label so that it matches with the others. Then I'm going to select these other labels, and I'm just going to so I can increase the font a little bit, so I can make them 18, I think bold, so that it becomes more visible. Now I can go on to my form view and check the effects. Now I can see I now have a new field called country codes, and it's showing the list of information that is that we are getting from the country codes table. So this is how simple a control like a command a combo box can be added to a form. All right, so this field has been created, and we have our combo box. So one more issue is to make sure that this So another important thing to take note here is we need to limit to the given list. So here you can see this option. Whilst I've selected my combo box, I choose. So on this combo box, what I'm doing here is I'm limiting to the list. So limit to list. So I'm saying limit to the given list. So the user is not supposed to enter any other information. So the command button is done. So the combo box is done. If I go to my form view, I can see the expected outcome here. Now, the only other issue to do is to enter a new record, which will simply be a matter of clicking on this icon to do a new record. Then you enter the new record, then you take your required screenshots. So that's done for today. We'll meet in the next recording. Thank you.